Big moves happening on the chart for Bitcoin and altcoins. Today is Thursday, September 19th, 11:24 a.m. and this is a crypto market update. Bitcoin currently trading at $63,100. Yesterday, I had made a video saying crypto price shock within 24 hours, prepare for volatility in Bitcoin, gave out some scenarios, and we're going to get caught up on that and see where we're at as far as the scenario goes and what's happening in the charts, because we're seeing some good things that we wanted to see to know if we're going to go into a blow off top going into Q4 here. So if you're new, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment, and definitely join the Discord. Link is in the bio because I do additional updates throughout the day when price changes or if anything happens. Because crypto is 24/7, you always got to keep your head on a swivel, so definitely join into there. So first, starting out, let's go into some of the drivers. On the right side of the screen, we have the US Russell 2000 and got very close to breaching to a new all-time high. If we look at the one-day chart, we are firmly now above the 786 from the high that we had set in July to the low that we had set in August. We are above that 786. So if we can hold above there with the weekly candle close, it's looking like we're getting ready for a new all-time high for the US Russell 2000, as well as if we take a look at the US NAS 100, we're coming up to the 786 as we speak. So we're at this point in the markets, traditional markets, where a big move is about to happen. And looking at the middle of the screen, we have the dollar one-day chart. We actually breached the low upon the announcement of the rate cut, but then got bought back up. But we do see that momentum on the one day curling to the downside right now. Looking at the pump dump chart on the left side of the screen, we're on the weekly chart right now. And if we take this trend line up, we're sitting at a moment where if we start to see this melt down, cryptos are about to melt up and go into their blow off top. Looking at the weekly chart, you can see since since March, our top in Bitcoin, we've just been working our way on top of this trend line. Every single time we've bounced off of it, we've seen a big dump in the crypto space, and right now we're right at it. Looking at the momentum, stock RSI crossed down, that's good, but we need to see us go through that 50 line. We are seeing curvature in the TSI on the weekly. This is awesome. Looking at the 5-day chart, we have officially crossed down. The times that we've crossed down before, July 2023, where we set our bottom, October 2023, where we didn't really cross up, but we were going to, and then we crossed right back down, as well as January 2023, which was the bear market bottom. Looking at alt season pulse chart on the right side of the screen, we're still kind of just going sideways here. If we want to see altcoins go into insane parabolic rally, you're going to want to see this chart break down but Bitcoin remains stable or going up. Right now we're just kind of going sideways for weeks on end since like June. So nothing really to update on there, but Bitcoin right now breaking above this downward sloping trend line. We also are breaking back on the weekly chart above the 21 moving average and the pi cycle MA, as well as now we're firmly back above the EMA ribbon, and we're breaking above the 786. And the 786 target usually is the 1618, or really I like the target the 2618. So that's $91,931 for the 2618. But first off, we have the 1618 at 74,237, which is right in line with this previous all-time high back in March. But we have some short-term levels that we need to break above first. If we go to the daily chart, you can see here that we have the purple line and the Stargate snakes around like 69,500, as well as we have, if we change this to long-term trade and then we bring this high down to the low here, we have the macro 786 around 67,500. And if we can break above there, we'll be breaking above this downward sloping trend line as well too, and it's very likely we're going to melt up quick. But first off, we have 65K as well, because that is the 786 from this prior high. So this high down to the low in August, we have that right there, which was where we got hung up at late August as well too. So we're doing good. We broke above that key $62,000 level. We need to maintain above that level. We don't want to break back down below. Our next stop, 65,000, need to break above there, and then really breaking above 68,000, ideally back above the purple May on the snakes around 69,500, holding as support. At that point, we can say it's time for the blow off top. So that's what I'm seeing as far as Bitcoin goes. And looking at the 1-day chart or 2-day chart for Bitcoin, we're really curving up now. I'd like to see that get above the 0 line. Looking at the 1-day, we're decisively getting above the 0 line. And looking at the 1-week chart, we're doing a U-turn right now. We could do something where like we go like this, come back down, and then go, but we're seeing a hard to stop as we speak, and that's exactly what we needed to see. So right now it's looking very promising that we're seeing a historical repeat of last year to a T. Looking at others, this was the scenario that I was tracking in the Discord. It's kind of crazy how right on time it played out. I'd put this out right before, like a couple hours before the decision on the FOMC interest rate, and then we started to see that we were starting to follow the up scenario right on the money to the timing, and then update looking out like how it just followed to a T so far. And that was last night. And now let's look at kind of where we're at now, and we're still following it to a T. So we could just kind of chop around, maybe go up a little bit, 213, chop around a little bit until tomorrow, and then we could see this weekend an explosion for altcoins up until early next week, until we start to correct back down to end off the month. That's what I'm watching as far as that goes. And then looking at the momentum on like a 12-hour chart, I mean, we have that buy now right there to the T right at the bottom. Looking at how it called the bottom back here, it said to sell, called the bottom back here, and now we're starting to work our way up. We do have that 2618 extension right in line with the 12-hour 200 MA. So really breaking above 213 billion, holding that support will be a cause for me to say we're ready to rattle. Looking at the 1-week chart, let's look at the momentum there. We're starting to see that stock RSI cross up. Getting through that 50 line will be a nail in the coffin. And we're starting to see that curvature in the TSI on the weekly right at the same level that we did back in June of 2023, which was the utmost bottom for altcoins back here before sending it up like we did. So everything's looking good. That's what I'm watching so far. If we take a look at some anomalies here on some higher time frames, I can already start to shout out some that I would assume is flashing, and that's probably SUI, likely TIA. We're on the daily chart looking at anomalies right now. So we have SUI, yep, right now flashing one. TIA, let's see, not yet, but SUI, we have big time, very surprising there, but that's about it. Yep, that's about it. As far as high time frame anomalies, SUI's the leader of the pack right now. If we look at the 12-hour chart, start to see if there's any indications of some other ones starting to pop up. We have TIA right now, so there we go, TIA, Zeta, as well as that's it. So there we go. Those are the leaders of the pack. Those are likely to keep outperforming. And I wouldn't be surprised to see SEI pop up pretty soon here. So that's it. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Link is in the bio for that. And if you want my top 10 altcoin picks for this incoming blow off top, I'll leave a link in the bio. Go to stargate-ventures.com. Right on the home screen, you get my top 10 altcoin picks free. There's a button right there. Click it and you can get that. So I'll see you guys in the Discord and in the next video.